Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Upkick MMA, episode 201. I am Brendan. Marlon Moraes versus Sheymon Moraes. We're going to talk about the PFL 2022 championships. We're going to talk about these are the prelims. They're called the feature. What do they call them? Showcase matchups, right? So technically, it's just like the prelims for those. So we're going to cover those here. If you're looking for the main card with all those championship fights, that's in the last video. Like I said, this one's going to have the Moraes versus Moraes fight. Natan Schulte versus Jeremy Stevens, Magomedkerimov versus Gleison Tibau, and the other couple fights on this prelims, the early fights on this card. So before we get started, if you like MMA, you like podcasts about MMA, you like fight breakdowns, I do that stuff here, 2 or 3 videos every single week, breaking down fights, trying to understand decisions, giving my opinion on stuff. If you like that stuff, subscribe to the channel so I know the next video is coming out. Let's get it going. Oh man, this was heartbreaking. It really is. I'm pretty sure these guys fought before. Marlon Moraes versus Sheymon Moraes. Oh man, in the last video, did I have those screwed up? No, I hope not. But it's okay. It's fine. Um, yeah, man. Dude, this one was heartbreaking. Sheymon Moraes getting the finish here in the third round. In a fight, Marlon was doing so good again, and this one, it wasn't even him quitting. Like he's been broken in the past where it's a difficult fight and he's having a hard one, but he just kind of gives up a little bit and his cardio gives out and you can tell he's kind of broken mentally, but this one wasn't that. He was winning and he was doing really well. It's unfortunate. I'm pretty sure these guys fought back in the um when this is World Series of Fighting, which was what PFL used to be. They took a year off and reorganized and then turned it into this. But anyway, Marlon unfortunately gets another loss on his record here. He had a really big left hand, going right to the knee pick and getting a takedown in the first round. I didn't even talk about the commentary team. They had Frankie Edgar commentating during this fight. They also had GSP on commentary for a little bit. They were talking to him near the booth. It's kind of fun. Uh, Marlon landed a left hook and a jab that staggered Sheymon. It was a really good round for him. I mean, you can see here on their FPR, 78-24. I feel like he did so much more damage in this first round. He was winning every single moment of this fight. He felt like he was winning till he wasn't. The left hooks from Marlon were so freaking fast. He ended up getting another takedown in the second round. Um, uh, he had less damage in the second round, but I felt like it was more about just control and position, and you can kind of see that here, 63 instead of 78 as far as his FPR. I still had a 2018, and then the last round, Sheymon landed a right hand, and then Marlon went down. He followed up with he followed up with some shots. The ref waved it off. Really sucks for Marlon, man. Putting together such a great performance and getting caught like that on the, he got caught on the chin and then the side of the head. It really took his balance away, and then Marlon, he was still working to defend himself. He's still actively looking for a takedown. But he got caught by an uppercut, so he was regaining he was getting his wits back about him. And he's trying to stand back up as he's going for the takedown to kind of stop some of the damage that's coming in. And in the process of doing it, he freaking, he gets uppercutted and then he falls forward, almost face planting. And the problem is, like, even if you're not fully out, you can't do that. It's not like he chose to do that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, that can't happen because, the ref's going to stop that 9 times out of 10. It's a fine stoppage. There's nothing wrong with it. I feel like he was still there. He could have kept going. He just didn't. Good stoppage. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Let's talk about a fight that was all hype. Not a lot to watch. Natan Schulte taking on Jeremy Stevens. Fine fight for Schulte. Just dominance, right? They started the fight out with some kicky time. Lots of kicky, just kicking each other's legs. Steven landed a really good shot up top, and then Schulte was like, nope, enough of that. And then he went for a takedown. And that's the whole fight, both rounds, really. So Schulte was on a arm triangle choke for the first round, majority of the first round. He worked his way to his back, ended up going for the rear naked choke, didn't get that. And then Jeremy gets back up, started throwing heat to end the round, but not enough. That was all Schulte that first round. And then in the second round, Schulte gets the trip to start the round, and then here we go again. He got the arm triangle choke in the second round, which was much tighter, and then he gets the finish. It was a great strategy for Schulte, easiest path to victory for him, but not the brawl that everybody was talking about. Not that both guys like talking about how they both come forward and Schulte's gonna bang and Schulte like he's gonna go out there like dude. This was the whole fight right here. These positions. Look at all these pictures they got. He was in it so long that they got like 16 different pictures from different angles. Holy crap. But anyway, great performance by Schulte. It's unfortunate for Stevens that he keeps going against guys like this, like who want to grapple. I mean, it is what it is. It's MMA. You don't get to just get to strike. And even when he did that, he lost a fight. But Stevens is a fun guy to watch. He's a fun fighter. He's all action all the time. And they were building this up a little bit, talking about how both guys are action fighters and they both hit hard and they both want to come out and knock the other guy out. Nope. Schulte just was like, I'm going to take him down. I'm going to keep him down here. I'm going to submit him. That was it. That was the whole fight. All right. This next one was a fight. Not bad. Not great. Fight. Magomedkerimov versus Gleison Tibau. Magomed is the former champion, and arguably, I still think he would smoke the current champion. That's for damn sure. It's just the only reason he wasn't able to get into that position this year was because of visa issues. Now, I don't know what those are. I have not looked into it. I'm not going to say anything about it other than he's had issues trying to get into the country to fight. Okay? I really don't I'm not even being vague on purpose, like trying to like hide something. I literally have no idea what's going on. I don't know if there's just some red tape bullcrap because he's not famous enough. I don't know if there's something in his past. I don't know if it's the relationship between the countries or the province or wherever he's from and this country. I don't know. I have literally no idea. But to be honest, he should have been fighting for the title because he would have most likely have been in that position and been able to get the win. Definitely getting the win over C, but I don't. That's what I'm saying is I don't know how that. Whatever. I don't want to talk about it again. Not a whole lot to score in the first round. Tibau got the worst of it. He took he took more damage in my opinion. I had it 10-9 to Magomed. Apparently it was close on the FPR. Like I said, not a whole lot happened there. And then in the second round, I don't really think Tibau landed anything too much on target. He was having issues finding the range, dealing with the speed of Magomed. I had a 20-18 for Magomed. And then in the last round, it was Magomed just keeping it safe, landing shots when he needed to, and keeping the distance when he could. Easy win for him, 30-27. I don't think he was ever in danger. I don't think Tibau, ever had an answer for anything that Magomed was putting out there. The grappling exchanges were, decent, but Tibau not able to get any takedowns or do anything significant with them. So, yeah, man, that's how you do it. That's how you get a win. Again, it's not a bad strategy. Obviously, he got the win. Not a bad fight. Did really well. You can't be mad at him. I think it's just unfortunate that he wasn't fighting for a title or even in the playoffs this year because of that. Because of not being able to get enough fights. Okay, Dakota, Ditcheva versus Katherine Corogenes. I think it's Corogenes. Corogenes, obviously, with the coming into, I think she came into MMA much later. She's just on the older end of her fighting career. To be honest, it's not that she's old by any means. It's just for fighting, she's coming in a little bit later in her life, and she was undefeated coming into this. But Dakota took care of that. Dakota was smacking her with low kicks early, really hard low kicks, landing on Corogenes was kind of wading in, try to get into this position a lot. She was trying to get into the clinch, and Dakota was able to land as she was wading in for those things, and she wasn't moving her head off the center line very well. Corogenes tried to pull her to the ground, and like roll through to try and get on top and hit a switch, but she ends up being on her back with Dakota doing damage to her, doing some ground and pound, and then Dan Morigliata stopped the one up, one down. So Dakota was standing up while Corogenes was on her back, and Dakota was just kicking her legs. And Dan Morigliata went in there and stopped that shit. He's like, nope, no, separate. Get the fuck out of here. After probably about not even 10 seconds of it. Love it. More of that, please. I fucking hate that position. Corogenes not able to get it to the ground. And on the separation, Dakota landed a couple straight rights and put her out. Like, out. And at 125, that's pretty good. It's not, obviously, they're not straw weights. So, they're not the smallest of the smallest in the smallest female division out there. But, that power that she's carrying at 125, and she's able to get that kind of pop on her shots and put her almost out with those. Beautiful. That right hand was amazing. And she also looks really good too. Like her style's pretty good. She's got technical striking. Like it looks good. Just modern striking, modern good strike. It's pretty good. Okay, let's talk about the first fight on the card with a weird story attached to it, and not bad, just weird. So, Baggio Ali Walsh versus Tom Graesser. This was weird. So, first of all, it's an amateur fight. So, not a lot of that. I don't cover a lot of that here because we don't see it in most of the organizations that I watch. But Ali Walsh is the grandson of Muhammad Ali. So there's that. This guy, I mean, do you guys see it? Is it just me? Is this? He looks like he's doing all of the fentanyl and all the meth. I don't like. He looks really cracked out. I don't know if this is from weight cutting. I don't know how he normally looks, but he did not look good. He did not look healthy. And I mean, Walsh was he landed he was landing this left hook and his right hand so much. He was landing it really well, landing low kicks. He pretty much landed whatever he wanted, like landing 20 of 25 strikes. He landed a right hand that put him he put him down, and then they called that fight real quick. So, was this his first fight ever? Was this his first amateur fight? Is that why? I don't know. I don't know. I can't keep looking at that picture. It's creeping me out. Yeah, he did I mean, he looks good for what it is. It's early on in his amateur career. Not I don't want to you can't make too much of it. He looks pretty polished. Looks good. We'll see what happens as he moves forward in his career, and if he sticks around with it and can actually make something out of it as far as going for his professional debut. Probably, maybe. Actually, I have no idea if he's going to stick around with the PFL or not. All right, that is it for the prelim / showcase card here. This is a little bit shorter video. I don't know if I'm gonna split up because my that main card was so long. The video was for it because I covered all of them. Like it was almost an hour, so I might end up splitting it. I might end up splitting that one into smaller sections. I might not. I might just leave it and let it be. But if you watch this one and you made it all the way to the end, awesome. Thank you. It means a lot to me. Subscribe to the channel so you know when the next video is coming out. Like the video if you liked it. I love doing this stuff. I really do. If you made it this far, it means a lot to me. If this is the only video you watch this weekend, I don't know how you managed to get to this one and then skip over the main one. Like I say that every week, and I mean it, especially for these more obscure organizations. But I love you anyway. You're my kind of weird. I appreciate y'all. Have an amazing week. It means a lot to me. Thank you for spending your time here. And I love y'all.